In this video, I want to show new users to Linux how to install a new theme on your system if you want to change the look of your operating system. Now, this is the looks of Ubuntu Mate. I'm using 18.04.4, the long-term support, and the earlier and later versions looks very similar if you're using the traditional menu. So when you open up the Caja File Manager, this is the default look. Now, I have changed the icon up here from that little gray file folder to the blue one, but that's something that has nothing to do with this particular video. I'll show you how to change your icons in a future video, but I will show you how you can install a whole icon theme as part of your themes. Now, if you found this video on YouTube, I will provide a link below the video that shows you all the steps for installing a new theme on your system. Now, if you look, I do have links here. It says if you're using Ubuntu Mate, and that's what I'm using, you can go to the GT2K themes or the GT3K themes, and this is from matelook.org that you can install the themes here if you're for the GTK2 themes and your GTK3 themes, which are here. Now, before you can install a theme, and this is like a theme that I will be installing, before we can click the install button and let it automatically install, and for new users that's probably the easiest way to install it because you don't have to unzip anything, you don't have to open up particular folders and copy or move things in there, you don't even have to open the terminal. So if you're transitioning from Windows or Mac to Linux, then installing this particular program here, the OCS-URL, or you can install the Pling Store application, and this will, when you click the install button, it will install the actual theme or parts of the theme on your system without you using the terminal or opening folders. Now, there's two ways of doing this. You can download, click download to download the file, or you can click the install button. Now, when you click the install button, it's not going to work like the install buttons here. This is assuming you've already got these two installed, and I've uninstalled it for the sake of showing you how to install it on the video. I prefer not to use either the two of these buttons. I prefer to scroll down and click the files so that you're looking at the most current version, and the older versions are archived, because if you look here, if you're an Arch user in Linux, this would be the package that you would be downloading. If you're a OpenSUSE users, this would be the package you would download. If you are a Fedora user, this would be the package that you would download. And if you're an Ubuntu user, and that's what I am, I'm using Ubuntu 18.04, the long-term support, so I will be downloading and installing this version. So since I've never installed it, or I have, but I uninstalled it, I'm going to click on the download link. It's going to come up, it's going to search, then it's going to allow you to click the download button, and then it's in the process of downloading. It's a very small file. Say show, click open. I'll go ahead and close this folder here, go into my downloads folder, and here's the package that I downloaded. Now, if you don't have GDebi on your system, if you go to my website, I do show you how to install GDebi on your system, which is here. You need to download GDebi, go sudo apt-get install GDebi on your system. Now, I do. It comes part of Ubuntu Mate, so all I have to do is just double click this file, and if you're like a Windows user, it's just very similar to clicking an executable file. Let me minimize this so the only thing you're looking at is the package installer. This is very similar to where you hit double click a exe, an executable file, then you hit OK. Here you just install the package. And as you can see, what makes Linux very safe is that you have to put in your password to install an application on your system. So I'm going to put my user password, and it's going to install this program on my system. Now, when it's installing, please wait till it says status same version is installed. So it's going through and installing the program. It doesn't take very long. Now it says same version is already installed. I can click to close this, and I could go back in my download folder and delete that file. I no longer need it. So I don't need this link anymore. I've installed this program that allows me to install the different parts of the themes or an actual whole theme on your system. Now, if you look through here, I have tabs up for the sections that I will be installing. To start with, I'm going to show you step by step how to install like the bubble theme. Now, the bubble theme, when you go to apply it on your system, After it shows you how to install. Now, since I'm using the traditional menu, I'll be opening up my appearance. And when I go to my appearance, you're not going to see it in the themes. You have to click the customize, and then the bubble dark will show up in your controls. Now, I will also install the Chamelon or Camelon. I don't know how you pronounce that, but then it will show up under your Windows border. So I'm going to go through each of these tabs here to create my own theme based off the information from the website. And then for icons, I'll install the Breeze Ambient Blue, and then the last tab, which is the pointer, I'll install the Night Diamond Blue pointer. And that's just an example. You can get from this matelook.org, you can get a variety. There's 934 different types of cursors that you can install. Full icon themes, there's 1,443. Your GTK theme, 2 themes, there's 3,705. GTK3, there's 1,338 themes. And so as you can see, there's lots of wallpaper to choose from. Now, since I have this installed, I can click the install button and create a drop down. But a lot of times, if these are long file names, they will be truncated so that it's harder to see each of those. So the best way I recommend to install these is to click on the file. Then you can kind of look, and a lot of times they'll have previews that you can look through here about, and they'll label what it is so that you know what to install. In this case, I'm going to install the Bubble Dark Blue, and so I don't have to click the download button. If I did, it would be the compress. So if you want to manually install this, and I'll show you how to manually install in a future video, you'd click the download button, which would download this tar.xz file, which you have to uncompress it and move it into your themes folder. With the OCS-URL application program, all you have to do is to click the install button, and in a few moments it will come up saying to install. You just click this, and this is going to actually bring up the OCS-URL application. So when I click the install, it's going to open up saying, do you want to open up this application with the program that you installed? Click the open button. As you can see here, it says, do you want to install this particular theme? I hit OK, and then it's going to start downloading the theme, and then once it's finished, you can actually click the close button. Now, if you want to see where it's at, you click the open button, and it will open up your Caja file manager or the file manager that's installed on your system, and this is what we just installed, the Bubble Dark Blue, and it's in the dot themes folder. Now, anytime you see a folder or file with a dot in front of it, it's a hidden folder or file. So we really don't care about where it's placed at. If you were to manually install that theme, you would uncompress that particular file in that particular folder. So we can just hit the close button. Now, if you wanted to see what that looks like, and that's the only one I have installed here so far, I go to my look and feel, click appearance, and when it shows up, I won't see the Bubble Dark Blue theme here anywhere on here. I have to actually click the customize, make sure I got the controls tab active. I scroll down to where it's alphabeticalized, and there's the Bubble Dark Blue. So if I click this, it's now going to apply itself to my theme. Now, that's the only thing it changed so far is my controls. And the colors that you see here. I still have my green icons that I had the default icons, and I still have the default buttons at the top. So if I want to change my window border, which is the border you see here, the icons like the green icons and my mouse pointer, I need to download those additional ones as well. So let me close this out, go back up here. Since I'm finished with the bubble theme, I can go ahead and close this out. Now, the Metacity theme, which you see here, this will control the little buttons across the top. So I can click the files. I can now, instead of download, I can click install. And then once it comes up, hit the install, open. And then it says, do you want to install this? Hit OK. It'll download the application, and it's installed. I could click open, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say close. And I'm going to go ahead and install the next two. Remember, I had Chameleon, or a Camelon, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's the theme. Now here's the icons for my full icon theme. I go to Files, I want to install the Breeze Ambient Blue, click Install. It'll open up, it takes a moment or two, then click the Install button, click the Open. You're just doing the same thing for each section, hit OK. It'll download, it'll install. This is a bigger file because this is a whole icon package, that you see for your file folders and most of the applications on your system. And I will say, when you download these icon themes, a lot of times you're going to be downloading applications that they probably didn't consider, so you might be missing some icons, or you'll have the default icon for the application that you've installed on your system. But in a future video, I'll show you how to modify or manually install icons. I'm going to click the close button. Now, instead of closing this tab, I'll leave these up for the names. And the last thing is for the mouse pointer. This is a kind of a psychedelic looking mouse pointer, so I'm going to install the blue to match my blue theme. I'll click the install button. I'll hit install. I'll open it up, hit OK. And it's not that large. It shouldn't take long to install. I'm going to hit close, and just for the sake of if you like these type of mouse pointers, I'll go ahead and install the red as well. And then hit install. Hit open. It comes up, hit OK. It's going to download it, and hit close. Now I'm going to open up my preferences, look and feel, go to the appearance, and I've already chose, once my customize, I've already chose the bubble dark blue for my controls. I can now go to my Windows borders. Remember, it was the Camelon or something like that, the CHA. That's why I closed it. Here it is. You can click on this one and it changes your controls. It has the blue look. And I go to my icons. The icons was the Breeze Ambient. So I scroll down to where I see the Breeze Ambient. I click this, and then for my mouse pointer, I did install the blue and the red. I'm going to click the red to start with and see it immediately applies itself, or I can click the blue to match my blue theme. Then I click the close on both of these. Let me minimize this, open up my Caja File Manager, and as you can see, my green icons have now changed to the Breeze Dark icons which you see here. That's a very nice looking little theme. Now sometimes when you're installing icons, like I said, for applications, they don't have everything for it, like Shutter. Here, if I click on that, you might see some large icons that they didn't take in consideration for that particular application. So when you install an icon theme for any individual, they can't install icons for every application that's created for Linux systems. So a lot of times when I look, you'll see people complaining, well, there's no icon for this particular program or for this particular program. It's not the creator's fault, because they can't think of all the application icon or all the icons for the applications. In a future video, I'll show you how to fix problems like this. Like for the Shutter, if it's missing some icons or it has icons missing, I can show you how you can fix that in a future video. Now, if you install an icon package or a theme package, clicking open and recording where it's at a lot of times will help you locate it. But in this particular case, if you go back to my website, I will show you how you can remove an icon package from your system. Now, there's no uninstall. Even though we hit the install button, you have to remember where it's at. In this case, the dark blue and the Camelon is in your themes folder. Now, if you want to uninstall it, make sure that it's not active. So you're going to go back and take it back or change it to some other type of theme. So I can go back to the default theme. I can open up my Caja File Manager. Now, if you look on my website, I did record these themes where they were located so that I can remove them. If you look, the bubble dark blue controls is in the themes, the dot themes folder. So as you can see here, dot themes. So you don't see a dot themes. I have to go to my view, show hidden files, and now there's a lot of folders and files that are up here. It's in alphabetical order, dot themes. So there's my bubble dark blue. If I want to take that theme off my system, I just press the delete key, and it's now into my recycle bin. Now, if I wanted to remove the controls up here, which is the Camelon or Shamalon, how you pronounce it, you click on that, press the delete key. Now you go back to where I recorded the rest of these. If I wanted to remove the Night Diamond Blue pointer, it's in the icons folder. So if I go to my icons folder, I just back up. Since I've already got the view, show hidden files and folders, I just locate my icons, which are here. And I can just select these two, press the delete key, and they are gone from my system. The last thing is my Breeze Ambient Dark Blue icons. That was a little bit larger. Now these are in the .local share icons. So I look for .local. I back up. Look for .local share, then icons, which are here, and then I'm going to look for the name of Breeze Ambient Dark or Blue Dark. So it's Breeze Ambient. So there's the Breeze Ambient Blue Dark. I press the delete. I can close my Kaha file manager, and everything that I installed on this particular theme is now removed from my system. So for example, if I did like the icons and I did like my mouse pointer but didn't like the others, I could just go to these locations and delete those folders, and it's now removed from my system. So this is how to install it. Like I said, it's mainly for new users. Instead of opening up folders and dragging or uncompressing a file that has all the themes in it, uncompressing them, moving them over into another folder, you just click the install button and it will install that theme on your system. So hopefully this has helped someone that's looking to change the appearance of their Linux operating system. Now I will say that recently a lot of software or open source creators don't like theming the system, and one reason why is, like, if you open up a program, for example, if I'm opening up my Shutter, the way the theming is, the theme may change something where there's not a button that should be there, or something, it changes it where it's not working properly, and it's not the application's fault, it's the theme's fault. So they're getting a lot of aggravation or spending a lot of times with issues that's not the application's problem, it's the theme's problem. So I will let you know, if you're theming your system, before you actually contact the creators of a particular program that's on your system, go back to the default theme to where the application worked. And then that way that you can communicate to the software creator without a different applied theme. So that way you can rule out if the theme is causing the problem with the software. So that way these creators are not getting frustrated at themes causing their software not to work. So hopefully that has made sense to you and has helped you understand how to install a theme on your system. And have a great day.